What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we have another Game of Thrones The Card Game 2nd Edition tournament video for you. Brought to you by these folks that support the channel at patreon.com/Rob's Gaming Table. Thanks to them, this video is here. We got Felix playing Targ Wars to Come against Audrey playing Tyrell Wars to Come. Lots of Wars to Come decks at this regional in Montreal, Quebec, at BD Cosmos, technically in Laval, Quebec. Got Audrey on the left, Felix on the right, and we got setups here. We got Viserion, Drogon, a Begging Brother, obviously with no Bestow, and a Rose Road set up on the Targ side. And it looks on the other side we have Glare. Lots and lots of Glare. I'm assuming it's a high tower set up there. I just don't know what the closer location is. Oh, it's a Red Wind Straits, I think. So 6 gold set up, gets 2 gold. First turn off Red Wind Straits. We may see a Nothing Burns here. Yep, Nothing Burns like the cold flipped on the Targ side, of course, to get rid of high tower. Standard play, and Time of Plenty on the other side to get them an extra card each during the draw phase. I remember when high tower setup was like, or high tower and like Arbor is like the dream setup for Tyrell, but that nowadays is dangerous. You'll just get Nothing Burns like the cold first round, as we saw there. So I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't seen the other videos in the series, they are in a playlist at Rob's Gaming Table on YouTube. We also wrapped up our Michigan 2018 regional coverage. That series is up. We got a couple games per round coming up in this series, so make sure you subscribe and stay tuned for that. We got the Targ player going first. Flea Bottom is marshaled first. We got Drogon duped also. And just want to advertise for the Rochester, New York regional at Millennium Games, coming up on August 25th, 2018. I should be there, and I'll try to get some videos going, so stay tuned to the channel for that, and also come out and play if you can, if you're in the area or can make the trek. I'm driving about 3 hours to get there. There's a bunch of guys from my group that drive down there. Some guys even from Toronto, which is an hour further, that even come down sometimes. We've had Roy Rogers in the past make the drive up from Philadelphia. We've had people from Pennsylvania, Ohio. I'm trying to think who else. The guys from Montreal, the guys from Ottawa, they come down. So yeah, you should be there. We'll try to make it bigger than the 30 people that were in this regional, or the 30 people who were in the last regional that I filmed also. We'll see if we can beat that 30-person, quote-unquote, little record I have going for regionals I've attended this year. We have Mace in play, and a Garden Caretaker there, obviously, to help reduce him and get him into play. And I think a Great Hall there under the Glare. I apologize for the glare. I explained in an earlier video, kind of was stuck where I could put the cameras due to space constraints in the store. So there was at table 1 and 2. I try to put it in the best possible spot for least glare, but Audrey seems to like to put her locations very high up on her mat there, so that's a spot I didn't prepare for. But I think we know what they are, so we should be good. And we got a duped left, it looks like there. So on to challenges. We got, looks like we got a gold saved for the Targ player. He's coming in with a military of 4 with Drogon. Looks like no defenders. Dupe left goes away, of course. I mean, could kill the Garden Caretaker, but I don't think that's the right play right now. You don't want a duped left getting marched next round and leave Mace by himself. But we could see a Valar Morghulis next round. I totally would make that play to kill Mace. That is not a bad play in my opinion, to burn your Valor turn 2 to kill Mace. But the only problem is you'll have to worry about Renly, Randall, Marge, you know, these other big renown bodies coming out, and they can close the game without Mace. That's no problem. So Begging Brother coming in on an intrigue challenge, I'm pretty sure is what's happening here, as Audrey's shuffling her hand. And that goes unopposed also. Targ player at 2 power now. So there's a Willis Tyrell hit on the intrigue claim there.
Power, I guess.
And a power challenge with a Viserion. And no defenders on that either. I'm sure the Tyrell player will just steal some of that power back. So she's okay with it going unopposed. And also, she has no power to claim there. So, but I mean, letting all of them go unopposed. Your opponent's now up 3 power on you, but just gonna try to steal some back here. No standing power icons right now on the Targ side, so she should be able to get some power on her own house card shortly. Oh, never mind. We got Kotho coming in here. But no Masandi in hand. Second Son's going to the discard pile, though, setting up for that juicy flea bottom he still has a gold for. And we could see that jumping into play. So it looks like it was an intrigue challenge here, blocked with Kotho and Rygal. Successfully defended. And it sounds like Felix is letting Audrey know that he has Second Sons in there, flea bottom and a gold, so come at me, bro. And she will just pass and take dominance, I think. So due to SD card errors, I did lose 2 games of the Swiss, but we'll have 8 games of Swiss, I believe, coming up from this series. And then I switched the camera card, so the top 8, top 4 in the finals should all be good. So yeah, more thrones coming up. So we got a Blood of the Dragon and Filthy Accusations are the plots of choice. So instantly Blood of the Dragon kicks in, burns a Garden Caretaker to death, and Filthy, who is going to kneel on the Targaryen side here. All 3 dragons are in play, I just noticed. So the threat of Dracarys is real. None of those dragons are getting -1 strength off the plot. If we get a Daenerys out there, 7-cost Daenerys, she will be beefed up by all the Stormborn buffs off the dragons. But as I learned in a previous video, the Daenerys Targaryen, the new one, is not a Stormborn. So dragons do not make her better. Dragons just fuel Dracarys and are annoying. So it sounds like Kotho got knelt out there from Filthy Accusations.
Je vais avoir 3 gold. Pas juste 3 je vais rester là-dessus.
So I think the Tyrell player, is going first, kneeling a Great Hall here. Randall Tarley is in play. Does she want to trigger Mace, I think here is the what the point was. Spend a gold, get a power. Now the thing is, she's got to keep Mace out of challenges. She can't use them in challenges right now, because Blood of the Dragon's given a -1 strength. A Dracarys is totally possible to burn him to death. Unless she can get some strength buff effects going, maybe a growing strong. But I mean, if he saves a couple gold, he has multiple dragons standing, Mace could be in trouble. So you got to keep him out of challenges, especially if you're going to invest into his ability to give him power right now. And he's not bodyguarded. He has no dupe.
Free challenge action.
Oh, it looks like nothing was marshaled actually on the Targaryen side. We're in challenges, so maybe the Targ player is actually going first.
Moins 2 de strength à un character qui a pas d'attachment.
So he's going to burn down left there.
Là, il meurt. À moins que t'aies 2 gold et un judgment.
By using a dragon as no slave, pairing with the plot that will kill when he hits 0. And now he's in a good position where he can possibly get a military challenge through. And we could see Randall die to claim and could be setting up a march next turn. 2 gold saved on the Tyrell player's side, so they could ambush something and possibly, if she's sitting on an Old Town Informer.
Mais je pense que c'est ton setup qui était juste vraiment pas bon. Parce que setupé ça, ouais, c'est ça, t'étais pogné là-dedans. Parce que nothing, comme je disais, tout le monde joue Nothing Burn juste à cause de ça. Moi, je vais faire ça.
So Second Son's coming in off Flea Bottom, spending his final gold.
Je veux être sûr de rentrer mon...
Now he's going to try to push through that military challenge to kill Randall. For, yeah, looks like 9 strength minus 1 on the Second Sons due to the plot. 2 gold spent. And yes, Old Town Informer coming in for claim. He has no gold left, so he can't play another. Well, I guess he can't play it right now. It's in his discard pile there. Another dragon is no slave. He doesn't have any money for it, though. But he could get it back if he wins the challenge, because there is a dragon participating. So it does go unopposed. Will you remember the trigger in the discard? I don't think you have to spend a gold to get dragon is no slave back. I think you just get it back after you win a challenge with Danny or a dragon. So obviously claim was the Old Town Informer there. Still a good march if you're playing March to the Wall next round. Still a good hit, getting rid of a Randall most likely. And now an intrigue with the Begging Brothers for 2. And I mean, you could put Mason. The only fear is an Iron Bank has its due or whatever, where you can just return a character back to hand to get the gold for it, which he could put a Kotho back in hand and then have him loaded up for a future round. So you can never be too sure. Even a Targ player with no gold, you got to be worried. So Mace does block the intrigue fully. Now a power challenge with Viserion. And Randall will jump in front of that and take Renown. So Audrey playing a little safe, sort of there, playing defensively. She's not worried about her own challenges. Just needs to slow the Targ player down is her plan. They're tied at 4-4 right now, so still anybody's game. Of course, Second Son's going back after Flea Bottom effect wears off there, and their effect actually triggers first. Send them to the discard pile. So I think we might have a March to the Wall here from the Targ player. That's my guess. And from the Tyrell player, I'm assuming an econ plot of some kind. Trying to play out more characters. She might not have many. She might play a draw plot here. First snow. She plays a reset into March to the Wall. Yes, I called that one. But first snow makes sense. Lots of chud on the other side to go back to hand. Although Drogon has a dupe, he can save himself. Kotho will stay in play. So not a bad first snow here. This could kind of turn around the board presence here. So March, though, he's going to choose Viserion, which makes sense. Get rid of something that's, you're not worried about. It's going to go back to hand anyway. Just, you'll see another copy, I'm sure. Sure, he's running 3 of Maybe not. Maybe he's not running with 3 of all dragons. Especially if you're playing New Danny. Alright, Illyrio's Estate. Targ player marshalling first here. So right now we'll just have Drogon and Kotho on the board. No power icons, but he saves the gold. He has that second Sons he can bring in to shore up that that vulnerability. Tyrell player is going to have 5 gold plus the Great Hall, at least. So 6 gold spent for a Khal Drogo. So additional military challenges. He's got 3 military bodies that should be on the board after this first snow. So Audrey's got to put out some claim fodder to protect Mace. I don't know if the Knight of Flowers is enough. He's only 3 strength. I mean, he gets the buff, but you got to be playing events, and she's got to save gold for those events. And you can only stop 1 challenge if he gets strong enough. She uses a gold on Mace's ability. Interesting. She has to have a way to protect him, though. And she puts in a Butter Bumps. Oh, and yeah, Butter Bumps will send him back to hand. Yeah, so we got this question came up a few times in the tournament. She wants to bring in Butter Bumps, use Mace's ability by kneeling her faction card to remove him from play. And my understanding is first snow happens after.
If I remove it from the game.
Let's see what the judge says here.
Back before this triggers, right?
Oh, yeah.
So you would bounce in her hand?
That's a forced reaction.
That's just
the beginning of...
until the beginning, and this is forced reaction to the beginning.
Man, that's, I don't actually know off the top of my head. Sorry.
Yeah, we're not sure about this one. There may be some controversy. Let us know in the comments below if you know. I think we looked it up, though, later. And I think Mace's effect wears off first, but I could be wrong. I'll try to look it up now while they're trying to figure it out. But while we're waiting, hit that like button to let other people know that you like these Thrones videos, and that helps them find them on YouTube, helps the channel grow. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Also hit that little alarm bell button to be notified when the next videos pop up. And if you want to donate to help offset the cost of doing this whole YouTube thing, you can do so by clicking the link in the description below. And thank you to everyone that supports the channel. You are all awesome. And you too for watching, even if you don't donate. It's all good. Alright, so... So yeah, they're looking it up here. I totally didn't see this. I don't watch the videos before voicing them over. I kind of like to go in fresh. So I didn't see this part to cut out. Maybe I'll cut it out after if I remember, but I probably won't.
What's the interaction between
Moi, qu'est-ce qui arrive en premier? Parce que là, moi, je le sors durant la marshalling phase.
Là, ça dit at the beginning, il revient. Là, il y a une réaction au beginning. On va aller voir le flac en même temps. J'arrive à...
Moi, je le joue. En tout cas,
Somebody says here, looks like Scantrell answered on Thrones CB. Would a Chud removed in the marshalling phase re-enter play before first snow, which is a forced reaction to the beginning of the challenge phase? And M Plane here replies, yes, a character removed Mace's ability would return to play before forced reactions to the beginning of the phase trigger. So let's see the judge rules correctly here.
You choose which order.
So the judge rules that the first player just decides. I think it's a safe call. It may not be the right one, but I mean, if he's not going to look it up.
That's true. You're right. That is forced. Yeah. Yes, you're right. He's entirely right. I forgot about the forced
parce que je me dis, dès que la challenge phase,
So now he's saying forced reaction.
C'est ça en premier parce que il est forced en...
c'est automatiquement lui.
Ouais.
Ok, c'est comme ça que
Mais
je le joue.
si les deux étaient pas... Si les deux étaient forced, là, ce serait lui. Si les deux étaient possible, c'est lui qui choisit.
Ok.
Okay.
So the judge rules it's going to be allowed to bump butter bumps out. First snow will happen, then butter bumps will come back in. I don't think that's correct. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think so that people watching this going forward will know the correct play. But, I mean, sometimes when you're a TO, you just got to, you know, judge it on the fly, keep the game going, make the best educated choice you can. But the advantage of filming on YouTube and figuring out later, people can go check the comments below for the correct answer. But from what I read there on ThronesDB, if M plane is right, the character would come in, the effective mace would expire at the beginning of phase, and then reactions would happen after that, whether they're forced or not. So we're in the challenges phase. First Noah's gone off. We got Khal Drogo, Kotho, and Drogon. On the other side, we got Butterbumps, Knight of Flowers, and a Mace Tyrell with 3 power on him. And we got a military to start here from the Targ player with Drogon. Here's where we're in trouble. We're going to see 2 military challenges most likely. The Tyrell player didn't save any gold for events, so I don't think she'll be able to buff up Knight of Flowers. Of course, Butterbumps has chosen his claim. No defenders. So second military with Khal Drogo. Knight of Flowers should just block the unopposed here. Audrey just realizes the second military challenge is possible, I think. And she may be in trouble. So she blocks the unopposed with Knight of Flowers. And Knight of Flowers will die for claim. Drogo gets a renown. And now we have an intrigue for 5 with Kotho, which Mace could block the unopposed, but he's not going to. And gets a crown of gold and roses on the intrigue claim. And I think a power challenge here with Mace. And no defenders on that. No gold there for Flea Bottom to bring in the second Sons. So Tyrell players at 6. They're tied for dominance. And the Targaryen player looks like he's at 7.
La liste des bonnes cartes.
Oh, it looks like taxation they're discarding on the other side, consumed by flames, and a begging brother from the Targ player. The Tyrell player is going to have to deal with Khal Drogo. I don't think she'll be able to keep her board up. She's got to keep marshalling at least 2 characters a turn just to throw in front for military claim. There's not a lot of locations out yet for a good trade routes, which I'm sure the Tyrell player is playing that. I mean, 5 gold's not the worst, but close call into Time of Plenty. So the extra draw is going to definitely help out the Tyrell player. Hopefully find some chuds to throw in front here. Just going to move Knight of Flowers, which makes sense. She probably only plays 1 of Butterbumps. He's the only other unique in the dead pile right now. If she can find bodyguards or dupes for Mace, that would also help. Obviously, the Targ player is not playing a second March to the Wall, or we would have seen Mace go bye-bye right there, I'm sure. Looks like the Targ player is going first again, going to continue to apply the pressure.
Marine.
So Marine is in play. Very interesting location. Seeing that showing up in Targ decks immediately upon release here. Let's see if Felix can put it to some good use. So we see Rygel back out in play. Spend one for the Gates of the Moon to help out the Tyrell player there with an additional gold this round. Not sure I would have played that at this point. I mean, she's getting a bunch of gold, but I mean, that one gold could be the difference from her marshalling one character versus two. You never know. You never know. I mean, it's just one, but depends what she has in her hand, but nah, it's fine. She's got a Garden Caretaker, so she would have been okay either way. But now if you start adding her, giving her that extra gold each round going forward, she may be able to build up a board to where she has characters out here like Renly Baratheon, who could then defend a military challenge possibly. And we got Sir Colin of Green Pools. No, look, did she trigger Mace? I think she triggered Mace, maybe. I don't know, he's got 4 power on him now. And she still saves the gold. So she's got 2 chuds she can claim there in Sir Colin and the Garden Caretaker. So he's triggering Marine here in the challenge phase, storing his cards that he has in hand under Marine. He's going to draw 3 more cards to play with for the round, probably looking for a Dracarys or something that he can use. An event that he can spend that gold on, maybe. Maybe not. And at the end of the phase, or if Marine leaves play, he then discards those cards in his hand and gets his other cards back that are under Marine. Looks like a possible military challenge here with Kotho and Drogon, but he's unsure if that's the route he wants to go. So he's going to go military of 9. So no defenders on this one. Claim is the Garden Caretaker. And Nightmares on Khal Drogo. No more military for you. Get out of here. Nice play, because you know that Second Sons was going to come in if needed to make sure the next military challenge would be won, and then Sir Colin would be gone. And you can't keep dealing with that every round, so I think it's a smart Nightmares there. Especially after he put 2 characters in a challenge who are now knelt. He's going to continue the pressure here, coming in with an intrigue with Rygel. Try to hit the hand. Which, I mean, I might block with Renly instead of losing a card. It depends how good your cards are, but you could use Renly here to protect your hand possibly, and then draw maybe 2 cards and get some renown on defense. Yeah, that's the play she's going to go with. I think that's a smart play here. So even defensively, you're still gaining, and it wasn't a loyal, but she does draw for insight and get a renown. So she's at 8 power. And now we have power with Khal Drogo for 5. Does she just block this one to slow the Targ player down? She could throw in. She could throw in Sir Colin there, blocked and opposed, or Mace. We have the 1 gold still in Second Sons, which is a possibility. No defenders on the power challenge, so he's going to get unopposed claim and a renown on Khal Drogo. I would have personally jumped in front of that completely and just defended, because that's a 3 power swing right there. Not a swing, but just the the Targ player getting 3 power out of that is pretty huge. But I mean, she can steal one back possibly, but that second Sons will probably block the power challenge unless you go in with both. And yeah, second Sons coming back in off the flea bottom. And they're going to block and fully defend, which I think Audrey forgot about there. You tell by her reaction that she forgot about that. So she let her opponents get 3 power there and stop her from getting any back. And she could stick through a military right now. Or just go to dominance to try to take a power. Yeah, I think you go military. He's not going to kill the second Sons. He'll just kill Drogon, who he can bring back into play if he's playing Fire and Blood. And that's the end of the phase. We got second Sons going back to the discard pile. Looks like the Targ player is sitting on 10 power. And the Tyrell player is sitting on, what was that, 8? So still a close game. Could go either way. Might see more aggressive mace triggers here. Just trying to get closer to the win for the Tyrell player. Yeah, I think that filthy accusations the Tyrell player played was a little too early. It wasn't really impactful at that time, but I think now would have been pretty decent play to do it on, you know, Khal Drogo there. Would have been nice, slow down the renown gain. Belardo Harris into King in the North. Interesting. So we're going to see Renly most likely leave play here, going to the bottom of the deck. And on the other side, we'll probably see Kotho go to the bottom of the deck. But I mean, if he's playing another Kotho, we could see him jumping back into play from the hand. Interesting. So no king right now on the Targ side of things, but Targaryens have kings at their disposal in their card pool. They could play Beggar King. They could play King Viserys. They could play that new guy. I don't know his name. I don't know if that was out at this time. I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah. So I think the Targ player is going first. 7 gold. Daenerys Targaryen. 5-cost Dany. It's not going to be able to trigger right now. No king in play. That's why he was not able to use the Allyrio's estate to reduce her. No flea bottom trigger right now either. No marine trigger right now. So this could be enough to slow the Targ player down this round, but still got to get something out there to defend a couple military challenges. So that is a passive effect. That still happens, unless she's got another Nightmares. Saving 2 gold, that's going to be it. So you may be sitting on Dracarys, or another burn effect card there, saving 2 gold. You can't use Daenerys' ability, but can still play events and trigger those. It's like a Rose Garden marshaled out there for a limited. No king on the Tyrell side. Audrey chose to put Renly on the bottom of the deck, so she can't trigger anything right now. Does she have a crown of golden roses? Nope. She just left.
Mais comment je le rends? Non, je l'avais brûlé. J'ai fait -2 de strength sur mon Blood of the Dragon. Je vois si ça rappelle, oui. Je suis plus sûr, je suis
So I think they were just checking there to make sure the other character, I think left, was dead. They're trying to make sure it wasn't right, and he was in the wrong pile there, I think. Pretty sure he got killed earlier off the Blood of the Dragon, I heard Felix say there. So I think Audrey thought she could get away with triggering stuff, but I mean, she could have chose Mace to go to the bottom deck and kept Renly. And I just hope to see Mace again, but she doesn't want to lose all that power off of Mace. And maybe was hoping she would draw into a Renly or a Crown of Golden Roses. We've already seen one Crown of Golden Roses go away due to Intrigue Claim. So she's going to have no king either, so no triggers off Mace this turn. And looks like she kind of choked herself out there, or just doesn't have any characters in hand, but she saves 7 gold. And then again, she could have ambush, which is totally fine to play ambush characters on a King of the North, I'm pretty sure. So Fire and Blood, like I called it earlier, that's why he throws a Drogon in the dead pile without worry.
Non, je peux pas de trigger.
So yeah, no trigger off Dany, off the event being played, but she's going to hand Judgment that thing anyway, so no Drogon back in play.
Non, ça aurait été ben trop fort. Si t'avais pas fait ça, oui, je l'aurais tué d'une shot, ça aurait été bon. Mais...
So military here with Rhaegal for 3 strength. Only 3 on the defending side right now, so she's not going to be able to win it. She might as well just block the unopposed and kill somebody. Then I'm pretty sure you'll have Khal Drogo coming in on a military challenge, and you'll have to kill the other guy. And you'll have Mace sitting out there alone again, unless we have ambush. She could have a Hightower Spy in hand. That would be a pretty good play. Bring him in, try to buff up one of these military guys' strength, but... Oh, never mind. She wouldn't be able to trigger it. No king in play. Well, at least she'd have something else to claim. Because if she can push a military back through, that would be pretty big, I think. Killing a dragon. So after winning a challenge with a dragon, we have a dragon is no slave, spending a gold to bring it back to hand. And Sir Colin dies for claim. So yeah, he does have to spend a gold to get it back to hand, so wasn't sure about that earlier, but we had it clarified there. And another military with Khal Drogo, blocked with left or right or whoever it is there, the other one, and he dies for claim. So both left and right are in the dead pile now.
Power.
And a power with Dany for 3. I think you have to block this. Yep, you definitely have to block this. We got Mace in there. Stuff in the power challenge. So 11 power right now on the Targ side of things. That's it for challenges. And it looks like 8 on the Tyrell side. Yeah, 8 on Tyrell, 11 on Targaryen. Political disaster into Littlefinger's meddling. So events are going to cost 2 less for the Targaryen player, which we just saw him put a 2-cost event back to hand. And political disaster is going to thin out the board. Try to hit the Targaryen player's economy. Target player going to look in his hand here, sees what economy he needs, if he needs to save Fleet Bottom or not. I definitely think you get rid of Marine. He's going to save Marine, actually. Maybe he's got crap cards in hand, and that's extra draw he's going to need. He saves the Gates of the Moon. Audrey just gets rid of a Rose Garden. Keeps her Great Hall and her Redwind Straits.
Plus que ça, t'as un plus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, ouais.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Unless that's not been a Red Wind Straits the whole time and that's been an Arbor, which I'm just thinking now based on counting her gold. I could be wrong. And you guys have probably already commented about that to make fun of me. It's hard to tell with the glare, okay? I could be wrong, but either way, it's a Tyrell location getting them more money than a Rose Road. Alright, so that's it. We got large Marge on the board. I don't see her killing Mace and bringing in a new King or a Lord, but it's another big renown body. Saves a bunch of gold there. We could see some ambush still happening. We got Flea Bottom back in play. That's why he was easily choosing Flea Bottom to go away. And we have a Plaza of Pride. And the Storm Crows bestowed with 2. So some extra strength reduction there to help him either get through challenges or burn some characters to the floor, which could happen here. This could get very disgusting based on Littlefinger's medley. Making events cheap if he plays some and then he can marine and try to get drawn to more. So if we see Mace or Marjorie go into challenges here, this could be a very sad state of affairs here. We will see. And again, she could be ambushing Hightower Spies in here and buffing up strength or playing Growing Strongs and stuff. And it could be a little more difficult for the Targ player, but... So she's going to attack here as a power challenge with Marjorie Tyrell. Oh no. Got the Targ player automatically counting strength here. Thinking about Danny's effect, burn events, Storm Crows. I can't remember Storm Crows. Has to be in a challenge or something first.
Faire moins 1 ou 2. Les deux vont avoir moins 1. Puis je vais juste faire un Consuming Flames.
So Consuming Flames.
La réaction, moins 4. Fait qu'avec ça, ça fait moins 5.
So he reduces them each by 1 strength with the Storm Crows. Then plays Consuming Flames plus Danny's reaction to kill Marjorie Tyrell. Just like that, Marge is gone. Mace is scared for his life now. So they're talking about burning with Danny's reaction plus these 2 Dragonisno slaves that are free. Mace is dead. Felix is trying to explain that, I'm sure, here, letting her know nothing she can do. She can ambush in a Hightower Spy, which they could do. They go back and forth on actions. I think it's possible. Yeah, I think that is all she wrote here. So Felix, the Targ player, will have this. Yeah, and he'd be able to close it out, as Audrey's saying there, with the challenges you can do anyway. There's no point in going further, so that's it. Congrats to Felix. Thanks to all the players for playing on video. Too bad for Audrey's loss there, but I think Felix had some good plays. Getting that first Hightower hit off the Nothing Burns Like the Cold was a pretty huge setback for the Tyrell player. But yeah, we got more Game of Thrones coming up, so stay tuned to the channel. Make sure you subscribe, and yeah, hit that little alarm bell button to be notified when the next video pops up. Thanks a lot. See you in the next one.